is a university unionist and a 500 level student of the University of Abuja, joining me this morning to discuss this. Would hope to have a representative of Asuu also joining in the program sometime soon. Ibo Ngozi Prince is joining me this morning. Ibo Ngozi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Now, it's been about 5 months since the Asuu strike commenced. How has it been for you all this while?
Okay, Mr. Prince, the truth is that, the last time I came, I was a 500 level student. As I speak to you, though, now I'm no longer a 500 level student.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Yes, I've graduated, but still, you see, having an effect on me because our clearance has to pause. Immediately as we went on strike, and you also know that not teaching type on strike. So actually it's affecting us. I just need to make that clarification, but it's also having effect directly or indirectly on us. That is true. Yes.
Interesting. So I'd love to know, how is this affecting you as a graduating student?
Of course, it's affecting me because I can't really proceed with my clearance. Ordinarily by now we should have been done in another school. But definitely, of course, because of the strike, we cannot be able to proceed in all this. But again, it's equally important to draw the fact that we're able to graduate, not that all our, it's not everyone that is from different universities from our state that we're able to scale to. That our universities are even ourselves, people that are meant to they are still in the system. So, I really want to say we really thank God for the GC that we have in the University of Abuja. That is the person of professional. So he was able to, after the other strike that visited the station, he was able to run this kind of a fast semesters and sessions for us. And that was how we were able to graduate and finish our exam in December, you understand? So I really appreciate God for that. If not, by now, I can assure you that we would have still been in the system and we would have still been waiting for us not just to do clearance, but for either go back to write our exam, finish our second semester or one thing or the other.
Now that the strike is on, it would mean that if the strike continues or lingers till the end of this year, you probably would not be going for service or even law school, as the case may be. Is that what it is?
Of course, that is what it is. As long as the strike is on, right now we're no longer talking about only Asuu alone. We're also talking about the non-teaching staff. Hope they're also on strike. And we're also very much aware that the non-teaching staff are mostly in charge of, as far as when it comes to issue of clearance. You understand? Because they are in charge of bursary, they are in charge of this, they are in charge of the hosting, they are in charge of sports and all this. So it's having an effect on us. And moreover also, it's having an effect on our friends, brothers, sisters who are these students who we left behind. You understand? One thing about the effect is that even if something is not affecting you directly, it can affect you indirectly when your friends, when your neighbors, when your sisters, when they are involved. And that is truth. I hear what I'm saying. And one of the effects that the strike is having in us is that there are some persons that may not be able to go to youth service again. Because through the period of the strike, their age has exceeded the 30 years of so they can no longer go to service. They can no longer enjoy that benefit, that experience of service. They will now have to receive exemption letter. So you understand? So it makes many of us already having that effect already. You understand? So it's affecting us directly or indirectly. That is just the truth.
Now, Nigerians have said, well, the Nigerian students have a large population, large voting population, and the 2023 election could be a time for them to actually prove that they have a voice. How do you think they can use this voice to change the situation when it comes to, the lingering Asuu issue that has been there from time immemorial?
Okay, you see the problem we have in Nigeria with Nigerian youth. Sorry to say, but One of the challenges we have is it seems that in Nigeria, the Nigerian youth, some of us seems to have a short memory. I get what I'm saying. And then the issue of divide and rule, which has always been the mechanism that is being used by the political, the airlines, have always been there. And you cannot rule it out. And the issue of sentiment, either religious or ethnic sentiment, you cannot also rule it out. So you discover that you may have individuals who are suffering this strike. And you will still see them even on their social media platform, or you meet them one-on-one, you still see them, campaigning and making up their mind, either not even get PVC, or some of them getting PVC and still be supporting the old hand that has kept us where we are. So that is why you cannot rule all this out. If you look at the situation presently within these few weeks and few months, you should be able to say that Nigerian youth, they are actually tired. That they want to change the narrative. That is this progressive revolution that may not need to shed blood and we take place in Nigeria as far as the case is concerned. If you watch, you can see that Nigeria youth massively are getting their voter card. As I'm speaking to you, I have my voter card in my pocket. Every day I wake up, I look at it because I speak to it. I say, you my voter card, you are my voice and you are my power.
Don't lose that voter. Don't lose that voter card, though. Don't lose it. This one that you carried in your pocket.
No, I can't lose it, my brother. I've been holding it 11.
Okay.
And I've been voting since then. Yes. So that is the thing. Ordinarily, it's expected that Nigerian youth should have religious sentiment, ethnicity, or whatever, or collecting of money. You understand me? And face the reality. Because if somebody give you 500, 1,000 these days, how many days can 2,000 eating serve you for me? The truth is that it cannot. So I'm actually, if there is any Nigerian youth that is actually listening to me, it's important for them to know this one. It is high time we take the vision. We look at individuals, not minding their background, where they are coming from, their religious world. We look at the individuals that can take education as a priority, that can take health as a priority, that can take youth and employment, and even entrepreneurship as a priority. I don't know what I'm saying. And after that, you know that if you have right leaders that will be able to take all these sectors I've mentioned as a priority, it will reduce crime. There's too much crime because you don't have any reasons to be involved in crime. That is the truth. Yes.
Now, you just made something very, very, mentioned something very important. The fact that a lot of young people are taken to crime. Seeing as how the Asuu strike has continued, the last time it was 9 months, now it's running into the 5th month. With all of this that's playing out, how can the young people stay engaged? Rather than, because I've heard people say, look, it's better for young people to find other things that they can do, other positive things that they can do, rather than allow themselves to be, tools in the hands of the devil, like we say. What advice would you have for all the young people who are going through this strike at this moment? What would you advise that they do?
Thank you, Mr. Prince. You see, the truth is that some of us have made a mistake which will not love others to make. When I came to the station during the other strike, there was a mistake some of us made, which we are trying to correct right now. And that is my advice to every student, Nigerian student that is on strike presently. They have to engage in internship, undergraduate internship. I hear what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Because most times when you see fresh graduates, when you see employers asking graduates for experience, 1 year, 2 years experience, they know you're a fresh graduate, but what they're expected to see in your CV is those internships you're able to engage in. So my advice to them is that those that can engage in internship, depending on the course you are studying, you understand, even if you are studying law, you can go to any chambers available, just do internship with them. Even if you're not studying law, if it's engineering, you can go to anywhere, you can go to EDC office. If you are studying medicine, you can go to hospital. and run graduate and run undergraduate internship with them. Even if it's transportation, you are being, even if you are not giving it, become part of the sacrifices you pay. And those who cannot, they can also go and learn skills. You can learn skills. You can learn how to sew. You can learn. There is a lot of things you can learn. So you must not sit idle, because there is a saying that an idle man is a devil's workshop. So the young person, even as they are on strike, the government and Asuu are trying to engage themselves. There is also need for them to kind of try to engage themselves by learning one or two things.
Interesting. Well, the conversation continues here on your radio experience. You can count 7358888. That's 09073530044 and 09087668888. SMS and WhatsApp messages go to 09097054450. And well, I've heard people say, look, it's time for us to move away from talking to this administration, move away from talking to, the current government at the federal to take over power. There's 17 candidates from the various political parties in the country, looking at engaging them to see what they have or what plans they have to solving the perennial problem of Asuu and the federal government. And if their plans are good, then they could be, good candidates to vote by the students. What do you as a unionist, what do you think the unions can do to engage these candidates way ahead of time so that they're able to tell, who they would be voting in the 2023 elections?
Okay, you mean what the union,
student unions, the student unions, Asuu and the likes can also do to engage the coming candidates?
Though I really want to say that the present student announced by the National Association of Nigerian Students, headed by Comrade Asafon, he might not have gone 100%, but based on you have actually made me someone like me to actually do the plans and all this. You have tried. I think that just like the question you asked, there is a need for these individuals to be engaged as an individuals. As I said before, we have to look beyond political party. It doesn't matter the party that individuals comes from. I think that's what I'm saying. Now the point is that the question is, can the union engage these individuals individually? It might not be possible. I think that's what I'm saying. But then we have channel television and other civil societies organizing interviews, organizing debates for these different candidates. Of course, I know you watched the various candidates for the election. You understand? Civil society organization that is organizing these interviews. The union, the Nigerian Union, at all levels, not only university, even the polytechnic, even the college of education, they can live with them and so that they are part of the debate from beginning to the end. They can have representative of the student union being at the ground of the debate, writing and observing what they say, how they say it, their intent on what they say. And I think that this is where they can be able to, future into observing these various candidates. But for the union to organize their own, it might not be that so easy. If they can link and align themselves with these NGOs, civil societies, media houses, I believe that media houses like channels and others are already doing a wonderful work when it comes to show for this. For these candidates from the various political parties. So that is my own view.
Interesting thoughts there. Thank you so much, Ibongozi. We'll be talking more. Thank you so much for sharing thoughts with us this morning. I really appreciate it. Stay with us.
Right.
Thank you. All right, the conversation continues here. This is your radio experience you can count on. And this morning we're talking about the Asuu strike. It's been lingering 5 months now. And well, there seems to be hope. but people are saying, well, it doesn't look so good because 5 months in an educational in a session is a whole semester gone. So we'll be talking more though. Keep it here with us. I'll be bringing in an Asuu representative who's going to be talking with us soon. Let's feel their pulse as well.
Attention! Turn your speakers up. The music is lit. Oh yeah, take all my money, put them for your head. Guess who's in town? We are the new sound of music.
Eagles 102.3.
Life is a game, right? Sorry, it's not that serious. Create a word from another word using the last alphabet of the same word. That's how the game goes. You will get buzzed out if you pause, repeat, or say the same word again and again. Buzz out. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. on 102.3 Extra on Eagles FM.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just 15,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur. Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 99844433. 090-99844433. The Entrepreneur. Talk your business for just 15,000 naira. This promo runs from May 1st to July 30th. Hurry now.
Eagles Morning Rise. Eagles Morning Rise with
Hannah Prince.
Thank you so much for leaving your dials locked on your radio experience. You can count on. We've been talking about the Asuu strike, the lingering Asuu strike, going into its fifth month already. And we're talking this morning, how can we get past all of this? We're looking for permanent solutions to the Asuu strike. How long can we continue to have, students stay back at home when their mates across the world are graduating, and even their counterparts in the private institutions are graduating? If your kids are not affected, then somehow somebody else's kids are being affected. And as all Nigerians, we deserve equal opportunities. And joining me right now is Comrade Peter Adamu, chairperson of Asuu Kaduna State University, who will be sharing thoughts with us. Thank you so much, Mr. Comrade Adamu, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, let's look at this issue, the Asuu strike. People are saying, why is it that Asuu would consistently choose, strike actions as a way to press forward its demands? Why not other channels of engagement?
All right. Actually, we are always faced with some concern, and we always try to explain to people, especially parents, students as well, and even people in government, that the only time we embark on strike action is when exhausted all other means. That is, we have tried all other means possible. We now say, okay, fine. Since the government do not want to follow the normal procedure, the best thing we will do is to shut down the system so they can listen to us. So we are not averse to using other means of settling this thing. Not at all. In fact, to interest you to note that this strike is also affecting our members that are doing their masters and are doing their PhD. So how would we want to inflict hardship on our members intentionally? Please, it is very, very clear. We actually don't embark on strike because we want to do the strike. In fact, strikes are painful to us. But because we have a government that is not always listening, we have no option, any other option, other than embark or use this method to force them to do the right thing.
Well, bring us up to speed. So the Asuu chairman, raised the hopes of Nigerians, where he mentioned yesterday that the engagement or negotiation with the federal government has reached advanced stage of reaching conclusion. At what point would Asuu, step down or withdraw, what do you call it now, the strike action, or suspend the strike action? And what kind of agreements would you reach with the federal government now that would ensure that the Asuu stays in school and stays at work longer than what we've had in the last few years?
All right, thank you very much for this very, very important question. We actually want the system to be stable. We want to consistently. You see that lecturers don't even go for annually. In a year, we have 2 semesters. And these 2 semesters are maximally supposed to go above 7 months. Again, going back to the quick suspension of contract, Asuu as a union is a very democratic institution. Democratic in the sense that our members at national level negotiate with the federal government. Our leaders at zonal level don't get information. If they get information at zonal level, they bring it down also to the chairperson at branch level. So the branches will get information and take it back to the member of the Congress. Members of the Congress are all of the lecturers that belong to the union. So we give this information to our members. Members get information and agree to this that has been executed already to the federal government. Then we take it back again to the national level where we usually have our next meeting. So that's how the structure is. So at the moment, I cannot tell you authoritatively this is what has been achieved. Even though the president has made some comments, I cannot tell you what has actually been achieved because I don't have the information. I only have the information when the general coordinator calls on the general meeting. Then we get information, then we give to our members. So that's how Asuu is structured. At the moment, we cannot tell you that this is what we have on ground. But as he said, we're also looking that the government, knowing fully well that the students have stayed so long at home, at this point in time, try to do the needful. So I will all resume back to our offices. Also need our offices, we need our students also.
Let's talk about the demands by Asuu. So Asuu is asking for about 200 billion naira. Looking at the economic situation of the country, would that be a fair demand on the federal government at the moment?
Let me put the record very straight. Asuu is not demanding for 200 billion. In 2013, we had an agreement with that our universities need to be structured so that they can be a standard, so that they can meet up even if it's the African average. The government set up a team, they went around the public universities, that is the federal universities and the state universities, to check the infrastructure, the team in this university. And this committee came up with a damning report on the state of our universities. In our universities, some people use tools to do practical in laboratory. So it's happening. So this committee came up with a figure to certify if you want this university of standard, a little bit, minimum standard, what you need to do is to inject 1.3 trillion naira into the sector. So knowing fully well that the economy is not actually very strong to inject that kind of money as a goal, the union has suggested that government should get 200 billion in 2014, 20 billion in 2014, then spread the remaining 1.1 trillion for the next 5 years. So that we can now have a spread of 200 billion every year to go into public investment. This, mind you, this money is not going to us. This money is going into Nigerian public universities. That is, it is the university that me and you attended that will use this money to upgrade facilities. So at the moment, from that period up to this time, the government of, I think, the federal government invested 200 billion, and other things, up to this moment, the federal government has invested only 50 billion from that time to this moment into the public investment. At the moment, I'll teach you now, that total given So it's supposed to be renegotiated after every 3 years. But at the moment, this is the thing that the student is still under review. But we say that government at the moment does negotiate that document. So can have a new document maybe by this week. So after this agreement is signed, new media people will get to see the new, arrangement as regards to funding of the university, as regards to university autonomy, as regards to the condition of service of learners and the board. So that is what the story is all about. So you get to see, this story is not about money alone. There are a lot of things that are involved, and media people should get to.
Now, talking about, the school running of the higher institutions in the country, I've heard some experts say, the federal government has no business running schools, that these schools should be either privatized or have a partnership with the private sector to run these schools. Are you of that opinion? Do you also share in that, line of thought that the university should either be privatized, concessioned, or, have a partnership with the private sector to run the universities? Because, well, looking at it, the private universities seem to be doing okay.
If you go back to the Constitution, you know that the Constitution provides that all Nigerians have a right to education. In fact, all tertiary is capital. So it suggests that an average Nigerian should have access to university education. And if you go down to the statistics in terms of poverty level, in terms of per capita income, you know that you have a large chunk of Nigerians is under the poverty line. So if you say that this university should be privatized, it suggests that people that are below the poverty line cannot have access to this university education. In fact, when people take you to a public primary and secondary school, I am sure you are aware that when you cannot take your child to an LEA pharmacy, I'm sure you can also take your child to a public secondary school. You cannot do that. So that's exactly what we are doing. If the government remove their hands on funding in public universities, it suggests that the poor parents or poor students cannot have access to university education. It will now be solely left for the children of the rest of you. And that will continue to increase the income inequality. It's going to increase the gap of knowledge. It's going to increase the gap of exposure. So what I'm saying is that government should take up this responsibility to fund public universities. Because in countries like Germany, in fact, no tuition fee in their public universities, and government funding this university. Both countries are, in fact, so many countries, governments are trying their best to make sure their universities are up to standard. So why do we say that in the country where the poverty level is so high, and the income inequality is so high, where per capita income is very, very low, not privatize public universities? That will amount to disaster. And again, at the moment, we know that insecurity problem also can be linked to lack of education. So if you do that, it means that you want to increase the number of out of school children, and that's how the disaster the economy.
So at the moment, what would you want? What would you want the federal government to do? Seeing as how, we're saying the economy isn't doing so well for us, wouldn't it be fair for the, Asuu to meet the federal government halfway? And if you agree that the federal government, Asuu should meet the federal government halfway, what would that halfway be, in your opinion?
Our major problem actually is the trust deficit between the union and the government. Because at the moment, we also want to suspend the strike. For suspend the strike now, they are scared that there will be people that will sleep. Because in most cases, if we have agreement, like in the past, the train channel called LOE, in order of action. In fact, the timeline, all of these agreements were breached. So how sure are you that if we go to finance comes an agreement or something, that you go and do your own ID, how sure are we that we will not go back to the again? So that's our main problem. So the Trump policy is our major fear. Because if government agree on something, in case. In fact, you hear, we don't have somebody saying that in the past that government signed agreements on agreement. It's actually happening. That you hear government, even government saying that agreement on that agreement. As if the signed agreement are done for. So that's our major fear. We also want a middle ground. But the middle ground is when your partner is trustworthy and once an agreement is signed, they will not diminish in nothing.
Interesting. I'll ask you this question I asked my other guest earlier. People are saying move away from talking with this administration. It's at the twilight of it, of its tenure. And so you need to engage those who intend to take over power, take control of administration. These, 17 candidates from the various political parties who hope to become president. And if you're going to have to engage them, how do you intend to engage these people? Would you be engaging, as you're exploring that option of engaging these people to see what plans they have for the tertiary education in this country, and if there are plans, if they have those who have good plans, and how would Asuu galvanize its people to select the person who has the best plan for tertiary education in this country?
Actually, we are as a union, we work with whatever government that are coming to. Our concern always is that government is a country. So whether they'll come to be in charge of the country should prioritize education. Education is the key to development. In fact, it has been mentioned severally everywhere in the world that no country can grow above a level of education. So what you're seeing in the country at the moment is a reflection of the level of education we have in the country. It is better actually for the youth that are mostly affected by this strike to actually engage this aspect, maybe in the form of debate or whatever, and ask questions as to how they are going to solve this problem. We as a union, we have to go and start engaging them at the moment, because then at the moment they don't have anything to offer. The only thing that they will do is promises upon promises upon promises, as we have only do. Our major concern is that let me electorate. Now 25. You are going to become, or you want to become a president. What solution do you have to this system association? It's not for the youth. Of course, youth in Nigeria are the majority. In most cases, they are also affected by this strike. Strike not just in the industry, even polytechnic and even college. So you engage this aspect and ask them questions as to how this level of education can be fixed. I read somewhere that about 300 already proposed elementary portions in that term, the budget to education, and that's it. If actually that is to the door, to the good idea, because youth education solve other problems that are bedeviling this country. So as a union, we cannot go directly to engage with Asia. It is the electorate, it is the people who also are electorate. At our own capacity as individuals, as citizens in this country, we are doing that, but not as a union. And we'll continue to do that. The education is actually prioritized, after this administration.
All right. Comrade Peter Adamu, Chairperson, Asuu Kaduna State University Chapter, thank you so much for talking with us this morning. Really appreciate your input.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. And this is where we'll have to drop the anchors on the program this morning. Thank you for being a part of it. Shortly, Itodo will take over proceedings on behalf or sitting in for Olije on 102.3 Extra. Before then, business news would be hitting the airways, or the airwaves as it is. Itodo, good morning.
Back again. Woo! How you doing?
Good morning, Itodo. How you doing?
Good morning to you.
How's it going?
I'm okay. Good. Happy
Weather
to be
feels
here.
good, right?
It's just there. You know Abuja weather now. It's cold 1 minute, it's hot the next minute, but it's okay. So far, so good.
All right, what's happening on your show this morning?
So much fun and happiness as always. We've got real conversations today on the show at 12 o'clock. At 11, we have 11 facts.
Okay.
And of course, we're playing a game at 1 o'clock. That's Buzz Out.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's always fun on the 1023 Extra Show. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it here. My name is Ian Nacho Prince. Business News